Welcome everyone, hope you're having a great time. Grab some snacks, your favorite drink, whatever, because we're casting the EGCTV Elite Classic 2nd Edition. We got the best of the best here. We got in the Coral Teal playing as the Delhi Sultanate. It's Beastie. And in the color Orange, playing as the Malians. It's Kiljardi. Welcome everyone to another casted game. We are here on EGC Livani, a custom map with interesting cliffs and better gold distribution and everything. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. And we got Beastie, the Malians against the Delhi against Kiljardi against the Malians. It's an interesting match. It's a classic matchup. Delhi usually taking control of the sacred sites. Let's take a look at the sacred sites here. Only 1, 2, and 3. One very close to Kiljardi, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for Beastie to control this one. But the Malians love to go Castle Age, and I suspect Beastie here is just gonna be, putting some pressure in his opponent that is trying to go Castle Age. Try to deny those pit mines, try to deny as much as possible his Castle Age, because usually Malians love to go to the Cow Boom. They have plenty of space here where he can put the Cow Boom. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plenty of space he can put the Cow Boom in the back. Now, talking about pit mines, let's check the gold of Kiljardi. He has gold near his base, gold not far from his base, so at least actually all of them are really close to each other. He should be able to basically protect them with no ease. However, Beastie is a player that we know he can adapt to anything. Like he loves going to the late game, but if he has to, he can also fight in Feudal Age. And my prediction here is that Beastie is just gonna fight in the Castle Age. In the Feudal Age. And already we can see the Tower of Victory going out for Beastie, for villagers here. It's gonna be the classic Age up. Gonna boost all those infantry that comes from here to get that bonus when he fights the Malians. And I think he's gonna put pressure a lot of the Malians. 1 gold pit mine here, another one close to his base. Now, it's easy to defend for the Malians just because it's close, but also it's easy for Beastie to jump from 1 gold pit mine to another. And I guess we will see Kiljardi, how he reacts to this. We will see usually we will see a very defensive style from the Malians, going to the javelin throwers, going to the spearmen, to the tonsils, and just try to protect as much as you can. However, when you're playing against the Delhi, there is some extra thing you need to worry about, and that is the secret sites. Like, typically the Malians will just stay in their base, do the Cow Boom, and they go for you. But you cannot stay really passive against this matchup, because against the Delhi, they will take control of the sacred sites in the Feudal Age, and they will force you to not only defend but also go to those sacred sites to actually deny them, not only from the gold that the Delhi Sultanate can get, but also from the passive gold income that they get. And eventually, when they have enough gold, guess what? They're gonna go castle, and they're gonna put those keeps, and they're gonna steamroll with a lot of villagers. So you gotta be careful for that. We're already seeing Beastie building a stable here. It's gonna be the Gassy Raiders. Meanwhile, his opponent Kiljardi, his first production building, it's gonna be the archery range. Now it's gonna be not gonna be the Donzo first, but the the javelin throwers do a decent damage. So he's gonna be okay defending. He only have 1 pit mine so far. Casa Barracks, probably, I suspect he already, he haven't scouted his opponent yet. However, I feel like, anyway, we will see Gassy Raider from him. It's just such a good unit, you know, get a lot of map control, plenty of health, and, you know, extra damage to heavy units that he doesn't really need now, but it's definitely a very tanky unit. Like, they can absorb a lot of damage, and you can let your archers do a lot of the heavy damage as the Daily Sultanate. We have another archery range coming from Beastie here. So we see both people basically countering each other. Donzos will counter the Gassy Raiders, and the archers will counter the Donzos, and then we have another archery range, you know, coming from Hilliard. Just because you have the Javelin Throwers, you cannot underestimate the power of this. Look at the attack. They have 8 base damage, 6 tiles range. Definitely a unit you should not underestimate. And that's without upgrades. We see Horticulture actually going for Kiljardi. Of course, the Delhi will have all the upgrades for free. That's the way their civilization works. But we have double Broadaxe and Horticulture already going for Kiljardi, prioritizing this economic build. You can see BC just, you know, sending those units here to harass the pit mine. They already have 6 Gassy Raiders. Actually, does he have a Scholar inside? He does have a Scholar, meaning these Gassy Raiders will only take 13 seconds to go out. Well, let's check income per minute to see how this player stands. Now, PC will just grab the wolf. You are out of the way, sir. And we start seeing BC gathering a more and more army. Meanwhile, Kiljardi still training those Donzos, gonna build up that army. And the problem with this is that you have 2 places to defend. You have the pit mine here. Now, this is a really hard map to wall. Like, usually you have a lot of wood lines to use it into your favor. In this case, Kiljardi like won't be able to put any wall here. You can potentially put one wall here, another one here, and just try to wall this area, but it's just gonna be hard for you. And already Gassy Raiders are going for a raid here. Just 3 of them will be enough to scare that villager to go back to his hometown. And the Javelin Throwers just attacking. Donzos also will be attacking from distance with the skill they already used. Looks like the Gassy Raiders will serve, you know, as a delay from his opponent. Like, his opponent wants to put those speed mine as soon as possible just to get that passive income. The more gold income they have, the better it is. You can get the cows, you know, you have enough gold for infantry, you have enough gold for those Javelin Throwers who get the cows. If you need more food, you can always use that gold. So it's always good for you to go to that golden pit mine. But, you know, Beast is just... If there's something we need to know about Beastie, he's really a Malian lover. He loves playing Malians. He knows what his opponent is up to. He knows what his strengths are, his weaknesses are. And I guess we're gonna see him exploit it in this time. Meanwhile, Kiljardi not getting behind with a lot of military units. Now keep in mind, Kiljardi, it's actually a very aggressive player. You see the Scholar already in position here. We're having Sanctity soon. Well, let's take a look at the upgrades. He's working on another Scholar. We'll have Sanctity soon in almost 2 minutes to get all those. Never mind, he already have it. Oh, that was all seen. Sanctity is already research. So he's gonna get passive gold income already. 270. All those sacred sites are being captured by Beastie pretty much almost at the same time. Meanwhile, Gassy Riders just trying to harass his opponent, forcing his opponent to just stay in his space defending. Now, this is what I was talking about. Against any other kind of civilization, you're fine defending. But against the Delhi, you have a timer that says in 9 minutes you're gonna win. You need to go out of your base. We already see Beastie walling half of the base with a couple of archers, taking a lot of map control. Actually, this is a very smart wall. He can already see. Let's take a look at his vision. Like, he knows exactly where to wall. He knows he has a cliff to his advantage. And now he's just gonna wall all this. Now, you don't need to wall the sacred site, just wall this, and a couple of sacred sites pretty much protected here, forcing his opponent to only go to a couple of flanking points, choke points I should say, where if he wants to fight BC, he will just need to go out in these directions. They cannot go down. So meanwhile, military numbers pretty equal from both sides. Keep in mind, Giljardi have javelin throwers, which are technically a better unit. It's a more costly unit. They cost gold, so they cost 80 foot, 40 gold. So it's, you know, it's just gonna be better. You can see the RB value. It's a little bit higher for Giljardi. So it looks like he's gonna throw some javelin throwers here just to take down that archer and send the scout to decap the sacred site. BC, just let's take a look at BC's base. Just producing more units, already on 3 archer range. Let's take a look at his production. 3 archer range, a couple of stables, not gonna be having barracks yet. His opponent not creating Donso so far. And meanwhile, his opponent only a couple of production buildings. Meanwhile, his Calvin is going really strong. You can already see the food income and the food villager count is only 11. Still have plenty of food income. Looks like Giljardi will manage to clean this up and decapture the sacred site from BC. Throw those, use those javelin throwers. Actually, those Donsos, just the special ability they have where they can throw a javelin every number of seconds. Those javelin throwers are just gonna do such a good job. Scholar went down. Beast's walls pretty much almost ready. It's not too expensive to wall the rest of the map. You already see Gassy Raiders just continue to harass this area of the map, not allowing Giljardi to put his pit mine and the houses around it just to get that gold income. Actually, when it comes to gold income, BC already have enough to castle age. Now let's see where he takes this from. There's a lot of Donsos, a lot of javelin throwers. You're gonna be careful here. Gassy Raiders just gonna try to connect with those javelin throwers. Archers trying to deal with the Donsos, but those units are a nice surround coming from BC, coming from the back, trying to actually kill the rest of the units of Giljardi. Nice micro coming from BC, using those Gassy Raiders to attack from the back, but actually loses a lot of them. He's back to only 5 Gassy Raiders. That must feel so bad. These units are really expensive. But he managed to clean this up. His opponent is down to 6 military units. However, in the back of his base, he has 4 cattle ranch. He just needs, 5. He just needs 1 more, and he should be able to, good to go. Just to get, you know, that cow boom already there. I have 20 cows already. A couple of them already here. It will be used as food. But Beastie now has the military advantage. Before they were pretty equal, but this is a fight that Giljardi lost, and he already put a couple of outposts here to his advantage. Meanwhile, Beastie is gonna age up with the compound of the defender in the back. He's only actually with 16 villagers. He's kind of like rushing it. In a way, he's like saying his opponent, you know what, I'm actually going castle age before you. And typically you see the Malians going castle age really fast. And you know, you can tell like when you already put a lot of pressure to your opponent, and you go Castle Age before him, you're doing something good. Really nice map control coming from BC. I know BC looks like he's not really interested in fighting in the Feudal Age any longer. He knows he's going castle, he's already there, he's gonna get those. Actually, he's gonna get man-at-arms. I already have 3 barracks, no scholars inside, so they're gonna take 23 seconds each. Let's take a look at his upgrades. He needs to research +2 rage armor just to make those man-at-arms more tanky, but we already see the response from Kiljardi. It's gonna be Musofadi warriors gonna be able to counter those man-at-arms. The problem is Musofadi warriors are on the Feudal Age. Meanwhile, Kiljardi actually going for a farm transition. We don't really see this often where, you know, the Malian player actually going for a farm transition very early on. This means he's lacking food and he needs the food now. Let's take a look at BC's base. Still gathering a lot of food resources here. Looks like there is a raid coming from Kiljardi. He didn't manage to notify BC, and looks like these villagers will get stuck. 4 villagers get down in a second here. In a blink of an eye, BC loses 4 villagers, and looks like he's gonna get more. A couple of Donzos will surround those villagers. It looks like they're just gonna run and probably will be able to escape. You know, those javelin throwers still have plenty of range to work with. Meanwhile, more Donzos coming in the field. BC just letting those villagers run. He already have his RB there, but no veteran upgrades yet. Remember, the daily will take some time. Already 1 minute to get those upgrades. In the meantime, the man-at-arms and the archers are already on the way into Kiljardi's base. Sacred sites trying to be the capture here, but BC already have the man-at-arms. There's a couple of Musofadi warriors here that should be able to deal with those. Plenty of damage for those Musofadi warriors. The problem with the Malians is that they will have very little damage against very little armor, I should say, against those archer units. So they're very weak in terms of defense. They're very strong in terms of damage. We see BC already capturing the sacred site with the monk, the scholar, I should say. Choosing out different names, different people. Take a look at Kiljardi. A lot of food income. Probably should be able to go Castle Age soon if he wanted, but he should stop the production of those units if he wants to go Castle Age. Musofadi warrior is gonna go down here. And the sacred site victory, it's approaching for BC. Already have all the sacred sites, putting pressure in his opponent to go out. And a raid comes again from BC, but this time it's gonna be the Lancers. Musofadi warriors, technically not the right unit to counter the Lancers, but they do a decent job against them. Especially when you have 27 Musofadi warriors on the field. This must feel good for you. I mean, you shouldn't be afraid of those man-at-arms, but you should be afraid of those archers. They are already veteran, so they're gonna be a little bit tanky when it comes to taking damage. Already have +1 range armor. Man-at-arms already on the field. BC just sending units everywhere at the same time. Musofadi warrior on BC's map. And the archers are just gonna stay here. Archers are just gonna melt the Donzos. Look at this. Plenty of units from BC. We're talking about 69 military units against 40, 42, 40, 39. All going down. Sending those man-at-arms, sending those lancers. Kiljardi not being able to age up yet after 19 minutes into the game. BC keep throwing units, more man-at-arms, more archers. They already have 6 lancers on the field. Donzos are being out. But looks like this is not enough units to actually deal with BC's army. He's just going for it. He's just going into the base, taking down all those units. more units coming in to kill Yardy's base. Archers just gonna deal with the Donsas here, and the Man-at-Arms are just gonna deal with the Javelin throwers quite easily. And now Kill Yardy is back to only one military unit. He doesn't have any military unit to fight, and he taps out. Welcome everybody, this was EGCTV, the Elite Classic 2nd edition. Go check them out. I put a link in the description. Let's go to the next one.